It is time to start a new project. I have a small pack of parts here, a boutique hotel, and another boutique hotel. So let's build a big hotel. So in this video, we're building the extended boutique hotel by Elite Longbowman 7. You can buy the instructions from reprickable.com, and I'll put a link down to the description. For a better explanation why this building is of perfect size and shape for my Lego town, you can check out the master plan video. The link is also in the description. But now it is time to open the boxes and start building. Wow, that is the most amount of pieces that has ever been on my build table. First, it was time to sort those bags out. I also wanted to replace the bigger base plate of the set with a dark gray one. I am planning to do that for all my buildings, as they are placed on top of shelf and the base plates are near your eye level, so you can easily see the color even if the plate is covered with tiles. At first, we tried to do this in back order, so we opened bag 1 from both sets and sorted those parts out and started building. We thought that this alt build could be built bag by bag, because you are basically going to build the original hotel with an extended side. But we quickly found out that this is not a good idea, because it is not the way how the alt build instructions are made. So even if the most parts that we needed at start were in bag 1, we also needed some parts from bag 2 and 3 and so on. I have pretty mixed feelings about this ground level tiling phase in Lego sets. Parts are very small, so this phase takes quite a lot of time. But then again, you can quickly start to see the outlines of the building forming on your base plate. And this is really the only easy way to do it. If you do the walls first, then tiling the floors will get very difficult as you don't have room to operate there. Here you can see the brown floor tiling taking shape. That belongs to the extended art gallery. At this point, we started to realize that the bag by bag system isn't going to work. We had already opened several bags and took some parts out of those, so we really needed to sort out more bags in order to carry out efficiently. But we got most of the floor tiling done, only the extension part was still remaining. So it was time to gather some containers and sort out more parts. We decided to sort out all the bags that made the first floor, because the extension side most likely used pretty much the same parts as the original side. Well, I think we can skip this sorting part, right? After the sorting, it was time to finish the floor tiling. As the added half base plate is put on the extension side of this build, you could easily see the original hotel on the original base plate. But looking at it, I realized that the original part isn't exactly in the same position as it was in the original build. By looking at pictures of the completed model, I realized that the shift had been made in order to make the extension architecture meet the base plate edge nicely. But as the whole building had shifted by one stud, it meant that the Technic connector pins didn't line up with the existing buildings. But this was really easy to fix. I only needed to take out a couple of parts and rearrange those. I replaced two 1x2s with a corner brick, and that allowed me to shift everything by one stud. And finally, I just put the two 1x2s back where I took the corner brick, and the fix was complete. So no need for additional parts, and everything lines up perfectly. Next thing to build was a stage for the extension side of the building. At this point, we also started building the stairs that would lead to the second floor. Those were exactly the same as they would have been in the original build. And finally, it was time to start laying some bricks for the walls. That is the part where you really start to see some progress going on, as bricks are quite large and they are easy to place. In the extension part of the first floor, there will be a bar of some sorts. So a corner table with some drinks is a good addition to that room. Then it was time to move onto the wall closer to you. That also included putting the first art piece for the art gallery. And then, once again, more bricks for the walls. I think this build alternates between the wall building and detail building nicely, so the build doesn't feel too repetitious. Like now, we are building the reception table, so it gives us a break from the wall building that we have to get back to right after that. As this is a double out build, it gives you the opportunity to build some of the details twice, like this sofa. One of those will go on its original place next to the reception, and the other one went to the extension room. Here you can see how it's all starting to take shape. In the next part, the human helpers actually made a small mistake. In this hotel build, you're supposed to put the masonry bricks so that you're not seeing the actual brick detailing, but rather the side with a single line that I would consider to be the backside of the brick. So all those pillars facing you are actually placed the wrong way around. Next, it was time to build and place some tables for the extension room. After those, the only thing that was needed was a microphone on stand, which would be placed on the stage. The next interesting build was straight from the original set. As the wall thickness in these sets is just one brick, any details that you're going to build into the wall is going to show through on the other side. The hotel set got around this by using a double-sided detail work, in that a key rack is facing the reception and an art piece is facing the gallery. Then it was time to build the stairs that would lead to the terrace that would be placed on top of the art gallery. Once again, that came straight from the original build. And that one combined normal building techniques with studs on side techniques very nicely. Here you can see the part that was built with studs on side technique being combined to the rest of the build. It is all starting to look pretty nice. Next, it was time to put the details into the art gallery. In this build, the art gallery is nearly twice as big as in the original, so there is plenty of room to move around, even if there is an additional art piece there. In the beginning, I showed you that small bag of extra parts that are needed for this build. Most of those parts, if not all of them, are used for the exterior of the extended art gallery. There might have been a way to build the art gallery without any extra parts, but I have a feeling that that would not have looked as good as this version. So I was okay with the fact that there was a need for extra parts in this build. After putting the windows in for the building, it was time to finish the art gallery. You know that you're close to finishing when you're placing tiles on top of the walls. Then it was time to add the final parts to the first floor. Couple of bricks of more height to the walls, tiles and hand railing for the stairs, and so on. At this point, it would have been a perfect time to realize that the pillars between the windows didn't have the right side facing out. But we didn't notice it, so the arches above the windows went on. The final details were the bushes in front of the windows. Then it was just some bricks to get the walls done and a sign above the door. And once again, you know that you're at the end when you get to place tiles on top of the walls. And then the first floor was complete. Here you can see the original part on the right and the added extension on the left. The art gallery in the bottom of the picture is also extended. I got to say that I am already liking this build quite a lot. So that was the first floor of the extended hotel alt build. In the next video, we will build the rest of it. I'll get right back to editing that video. It should be ready ASAP, but remember, when a Sloth says that, it means as slowly as possible. Bye bye.